WRESTLEDUDE!
Hello you guys, it is the WRESTLEDUDE kicking off NXT here today with a big matchup indeed, because kicking off NXT is the return of the NXT Women's Champion, Shayna Baszler. And guys, I have a special surprise for this matchup. Per the request of the champion, Shayna Baszler, her return match against Vanessa Bourne will be for the NXT Women's Championship. That is correct. We are kicking off tonight's episode with an NXT Women's Championship match impromptu. Backstage, she said she can beat anybody. Vanessa Bourne stepping up to the challenge, and now Vanessa Bourne has an NXT Women's Championship opportunity. And look at this, Vanessa Bourne going in for a handshake. Oh, Baszler pointing at... I don't know if she was going in for a handshake. I think she might have been pointing at her like, really? You want to try and shake my hand? Oh, but that may be to the detriment of Shayna Baszler's opponent, Vanessa Bourne. Baszler going right after Vanessa Bourne. And following this matchup, you guys, speaking of championships, I have a special announcement that you've probably seen in the thumbnail for this video. We have a new championship to NXT, and I'll tell you all about it following this matchup. Oh, man! But Baszler going right after Vanessa Bourne, ground and pound. And now the 10 count punch in the corner. Better not get caught in the last ride. And Baszler continuing to pummel away on Vanessa Bourne. Baszler might have done something to her knee. That's not good. Oh, Shayna Baszler. Vanessa Bourne rolling out, trying to roll back in, but Baszler stopping her dead in her tracks. And now again, up into the 10 count punches. Oh, but this time Vanessa Bourne able to counter off. Vanessa Bourne off the ropes. And trying to sneak in, but Baszler still catches her in that tilt-a-whirl side slam. Shayna Baszler, even when it looks like Vanessa Bourne was going to turn the dime on her, Baszler just comes right back at her. Vanessa Bourne may doubt the day that she stepped up to Shayna Baszler. Oh man, Baszler continuing the assault in the corner on Vanessa Bourne. Punches right to the face. Get your guard up, Vanessa. Come on. Baszler continuing the assault. And now Baszler putting her in the Tree of Woe position. This could be bad for Vanessa Bourne. Oh wait, countering out. Vanessa has the advantage up to the top rope. Trying to look for a moonsault perhaps. Baszler, though, catches her back suplex down to the mat below. Shayna Baszler has this match well at hand. Vanessa Bourne stirring to her feet after already getting superplex from off the top rope. Falcon Zero into the mat. And usually the Falcon Zero is the prelude to that rear naked choke. And indeed it is. Here we go. Rear naked choke. And she cinches it in right down on the mat. And Vanessa Bourne immediately has to tap out to Shayna Baszler. Good God. Baszler turned it around so quickly. And perhaps it was that ego getting in the way of Vanessa Bourne in the beginning with that fake handshake that led to this rear naked choke. And immediately once she hits the ground and gets all the torque on that, Vanessa Bourne immediately had to tap out. It is going to be very interesting to see who Shayna Baszler's next challenger will be for the NXT Women's Championship as Baszler collects her prize. I didn't even notice Shayna Baszler's wearing her UFC-style gloves tonight. That could be an interesting tactic to use. But speaking of championships, as I said, we are introducing a new championship to NXT, a mid-card championship. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce you all to the new NXT North American Championship. This will be a championship defended on NXT television and at TakeOver events, and I have in mind a fatal 4-way matchup that will determine the first ever NXT North American Champion. And look at that design. It looks freaking awesome. It almost looks like an old NWA World Championship. But like I said, a fatal 4-way matchup, and I already have one of the names for that fatal 4-way matchup already in mind. He has had an incredible track record as of late. Only one loss in his entire career of NXT, that being pinned by Johnny Gargano. The first man to be entered into that fatal 4-way North American Championship match will be Aleister Black, and I'll have more names coming in the coming weeks. I'll be taking a look at some of the talents on the NXT roster and how they fare in their matches to determine who else will be involved in the NXT North American Championship match. But for the time being, Aleister Black will be the first man in this prestigious matchup, which is going to be freaking awesome. But coming up next, Otis Dozovic and Tucker Knight, Heavy Machinery, go into tag team action against the tag team champions DM61. And Otis and Tucker Knight said that they seem ready for their tag team title match. But in order to do so, they have to defeat the champions in non-title competition. Can they do it? Oh, Tucker Knight, look at this, coming right out of the gate with a spine buster, man. And a kick out by Nick Miller. And Heavy Machinery, they've been beating some class tag teams over the past couple of weeks, but Nick Miller and Shane Thorne, they've been upping their game ever since winning the tag team titles. A stellar matchup against Mustache Mountain at TakeOver Orlando. And now here tonight, facing off against the tag team, that many people say could be even the more toughest challenge. More tough than Mustache Mountain. The challenges get tougher and tougher for DM61. Can they defeat Heavy Machinery here tonight and perhaps send them back down the pecking order of the tag team ranks? Several tag teams from around the world want to get involved in the tag team title hunt here in NXT. Heavy Machinery, the Ely brothers, Brian Kendrick and Kurt Hawkins, several of them. Oh man, but TM61, they are the mighty, and the mighty don't kneel. But will they kneel to Otis Dozovic and Tucker Knight here tonight? Back elbows being driven into the head of Nick Miller. And TM61 defeating Mustache Mountain at TakeOver with a roll-up pin out of nowhere after an incredible matchup. A seemingly shocking move that could come out of nowhere, and look at that! Shane Thorne bringing down the ropes, taking out Otis Dozovic. But Otis still having the wherewithal to get back inside the ring, but Nick Miller taking advantage, takes him over and drops a big fist onto him. And this is very good. They have the big man Otis down. But can they keep him out? Look at this splash in the corner. And now Shane Thorne tags in. Otis Dozovic could be trying to go for the tag to Tucker Knight. Oh, and a big calf kick. And Tucker, trying to get that tag. And TM61, Shane Thorne, he's taunting too much, and Tucker Knight now gets the tag. Otis Dozovic rolls out of the ring. Tucker Knight now the legal man in there with Shane Thorne. Shane Thorne wasted a little bit too much time taunting. And look at this, Tucker Knight going right after him. Boom, taking him down. And Nick Miller sees his tag team partner is in trouble. Oh man, and a big boot. Taking down Nick Miller. Shane Thorne is out as well. Tucker Knight has him in a face lock. Look at this, Shane Thorne, great counter. Rolling him up. This could be exactly what happened at TakeOver Orlando. Shane Thorne looking for the quick roll-up pin. Can Tucker Knight kick out? And indeed he does. Man, I was talking really fast right there. And look at this. Otis once again knocked off the apron. Oh, and a back elbow delivered to Shane Thorne. Running clothesline by Tucker Knight. Could we see that spin out power slam right here? Oh, Shane Thorne, great counter. Sending him into the corner. Shane Thorne makes the tag to Nick Miller. Look at this. Oh, going high and going low. Tucker Knight. Man, you got some heck of whiplash on that cover. 1, 2. And the tag team champions picking up a win. Very quick win with an interesting tag team maneuver. That is very interesting. I mean, an incredible maneuver out of nowhere. Taking out Heavy Machinery's Tucker Knight. That was pretty cool. Well, nevertheless, our tag team champions continue on their victorious roll here tonight. The mighty do not kneel. And they didn't even need to use Thunder Valley, although I'd be very surprised if they'd be able to get Tucker Knight and Otis up for Thunder Valley using an interesting new maneuver here tonight. Shane Thorne and Nick Miller stay on their winning ways, but who will be our next challengers for the NXT Tag Team Champions? We'll have to find out here in the upcoming weeks, upcoming episodes. Coming up next, you guys, it is our main event as the NXT Champion, Lars Sullivan, is in action with one member of Sanity. This man, Alexander Wolf, one of the most incredible and, I would say, out there superstars on the NXT roster that can take so much pain and yet basically feel nothing. If you have seen the War Games matchup, you'll understand what I mean. This guy got his head cut open in that matchup, and the day after was just smiling like he had freaking won $1 million lottery. And here tonight, he stares at a man that could probably lift up a freaking whole entire bank and throw it halfway across the world. Lars Sullivan, the NXT champion, who has had quite the run-in with another member of Sanity in Killian Dane. It'll be interesting to see how Lars Sullivan fares against Killian Dane's good friend and Sanity brethren, Alexander Wolf, here tonight in our main event on NXT. And look at this, just like I said, Alexander Wolf, an unpredictable individual, but Lars Sullivan is as unpredictable as it gets, winning the NXT Championship at TakeOver Orlando in a dominating performance over Roderick Strong, the quickest NXT Championship victory in history. Lars Sullivan, oh man, a dominating individual. And he said every member of the NXT roster will be destroyed by his hands only. Oh man, and Lars Sullivan up against the ropes, and Alexander Wolf knocking him out of the ring. And Wolf doing his crazy dance now. What is wrong with him, seriously? I mean, I love it, don't get me wrong, but seriously, what is wrong with him? And Wolf now gonna fly. No, wait, that would be Wolfgang from the UK Championship Tournament. And Alexander Wolf taking advantage after a big dive onto Lars Sullivan. And now Wolf again to the top rope, and Lars Sullivan sees him this time, slamming him down off the top. And now Lars Sullivan gonna take his turn up to the top. Oh, dropping a big fist down onto Alexander Wolf. Cover 1, 2, and a kick out by Wolf. And Lars Sullivan does not look happy. Old Sullivan lifting up Alexander Wolf and slamming him back down. Oh man, and another big slap to Wolf. Lars Sullivan may knock the insanity out of Alexander Wolf. We could see him show up next week wearing a suit and tie like Corporate Kane. Especially if he continues up with this, slamming his head into the turnbuckle, into the top turnbuckle. And look at that. I thought I heard Alexander Wolf actually laughing that he got his head slammed into that turnbuckle. Like I said, the guy enjoys pain. I'm sure he's a big fan of the Saw franchise. And look at this, Wolf now has advantage over Lars Sullivan. It's very rare that you see Lars Sullivan get taken down like this, but Wolf, sometimes it takes an unpredictable man with great facial hair like Alexander Wolf to combat another unpredictable man with great facial hair like Lars Sullivan. And Sullivan coming off Luthez press by the big man, taking down Alexander Wolf. And what is going on? Oh, Sanity! I don't know if that's a production error or well, whatever it is. Lars Sullivan is getting distracted by it. Alexander Wolf is back up to his feet. Lars Sullivan better turn around, or perhaps he doesn't want to. Wolf has him up. Powerbomb! Oh man, he just let him fall right into that powerbomb. Cover 1, 2, and the NXT champion able to kick out from that big powerbomb by Wolf. Provided a distraction by the Sanity logo showing up on the arena screen. The crowd were reacting to it. They thought perhaps Killian Dane or Eric Young was going to come out. But now Lars back in control. Diving headbutt from off the top rope. And Wolf in big trouble. Look out for a freak accident from the NXT champion. Laying out Wolf. And that's going to call it here tonight. Lars Sullivan defeats one member of Sanity, despite the slight distraction from that Sanity Titantron coming up. Big maneuvers back and forth. Wolf thought he had it won with that power bomb out of nowhere. Provided that small distraction, but it did not help. One freak accident. Look at that power bomb. Just sat back and let Lars fall into the mat. Watch this again. Bam! He took all that impact and still able to kick out. And then the diving headbutt. And then the moniker of Lars Sullivan, the freak accident delivered. The move that took out the former NXT champion Roderick Strong. Lars Sullivan. And look at that! There's Eric Young, another member of Sanity, coming right after the NXT champion. Oh! And Lars Sullivan taking him down. Lars Sullivan is not a happy camper tonight. First taking out Alexander Wolf, now taking out the leader of Sanity, Eric Young, with these multiple power bombs. The NXT champion will not play by anybody's rules but his own. First Wolf, then Eric Young. Lars Sullivan has set his sights on Sanity, and most important of all, he has set his sights on the Beast of Belfast, Killian Dane.